Hey everyone, this video has been created for those of you who are celebrating Eid in the next few days. A lot of you were asking me, you wanted some kind of Eid inspired makeup look. This makeup look can be worn for any special occasion. It is quite a neutral type of look. I've used pinks and browns and defined the lines with the dramatic sort of eyeliner effect and smoking it out at the ends, and just kept everything quite neutral, the skin quite nude and neutral, just a little bit of highlighter, contouring on the cheeks, and just some nude lips as well with some lip gloss. So it is quite easy to recreate, and if you want to know how I created the look, then just keep watching. Yeah, so we start off obviously as always with moisturizer. My skin is feeling a little bit it's messed up at the moment. So as you can see, I've got no makeup on at the moment, and I've got these little marks and blemishes and spots that sort of have broken out. So it's sort of in between at the moment. It's kind of a combination and a little bit oily. I'm just going to apply moisturizer to my face, and like I normally do, I just sort of pat it on using my ring fingers and applying it. I just want to make sure that also you do apply moisturizer to your forehead. I mean, some of you might have an oily T-zone, but I have a very, very dry forehead area, so I like to kind of make sure that that's really well moisturized, because obviously you want the foundation to kind of look obviously like your skin. So if some parts of it are moisturized and other parts are not, then you will see there's a bit of dryness, there'll be a little bit of sort of an uneven tone to the skin. So we've applied the moisturizer, and normally I do the eye makeup first, but what I will do is put the foundation on. My foundation, this is another sample of Artist of Makeup. This is a liquid foundation, so it's a new sample that's arrived to me. So I am going to try it for the first time, so I've not tried it before, but just go ahead, use your normal foundation to apply it. I'm just using the foundation brush. So just applying it generously to just cover any sort of pigmentation or anything like that. I mean, some of you might want to apply a full coverage foundation, some of you may prefer a medium coverage or light coverage. I'm actually really loving this foundation at the moment, so this could be my new foundation. So let's test it out all over the face, and don't forget the forehead. Just to pull that along. Obviously, as I'm wearing my scarf, it's going to be harder to apply the foundation. And that's gone on really, really nicely. I'm really happy with that. And now I'm just going to move on to the concealer. I'm just going to dot some MAC. This is Mineralized Concealer, sorry. And this is in shade NC30. I'm just going to apply that underneath my eyes. I always end up looking at the viewfinder, and really I should be looking at the mirror. It's quite distracting. So just using a flat brush, a concealer brush if you like, and I'm just blending that in. I always prefer the under eye area to be slightly lighter, maybe a shade or two lighter than the rest of the makeup. So we've perfected the base more or less. And we're going to move on to doing the important eye makeup. We then apply my favourite Lime Crime eye primer, eyeshadow helper, and it's basically an eye primer which will make your eyeshadow and makeup last all day long. What you can do if you can't get hold of the Lime Crime primer, if you can get hold of some, I know this is going to sound weird, but some Sudocreme, which is a nappy rash cream. It contains beeswax, and so it's very waxy and it acts almost like a primer. You only need to use a very, very small amount, and then just apply that on your eyelids. Obviously don't get it so close to your eyes, because it isn't really supposed to be used around the eyes. But I have tried it because I was trying to find dupes or alternative sort of drugstore items, and it did work. So I mean, it's obviously not as good as using a normal primer for your eyes, but have a go if you obviously can't get hold of this little beauty, which is the Lime Crime eyeshadow helper, which I highly recommend. Right, so for my eye makeup, I'm going to slightly make it complement what I'm wearing, but at the same time, this can be worn with a lot of different sorts of outfits. I'm going to use the Artist of Makeup palette, and I'm going to go and use Bella, which is this very, very light, almost pastel pink shade. I'm going to apply Bella, or any light pink shade, to the inner half of the eyes. So just applying it there. I'm not sure how much it's showing up on the camera, but on here it is a lot more pink than it's showing up on camera, so hopefully when it comes to me editing it, will show up a little bit more. So I'm just applying this pink shade to the inner corners and blending outwards. This Bella colour is a really beautiful light pastel pink, and it's looking really, really pretty on the eyelids. This is being improvised, so I'm not sure what it's going to turn into, but I've got a feeling it will look very, very summery because of the shades that I'm going to be using. I guess you can say it's inspired by my scarf, these kind of pink pastel-y shades. Okay, so I've worked it so that it's almost a third of the way through the eye, but just leaving the end just there. Okay, and once you've done that, so you can see this dusky shade, this dusky pink on the outside corner, and I'm just going to blend it upwards. And then just repeat that on the other side. And you can almost feel where your socket is when you do this. You should be able to feel the socket bone just on the corner, and that should be an indication of where you're putting it is correct. So you apply just into the socket area. So at the moment it's very, very, I guess it's quite pink. So what I'm going to do, just to kind of mellow it down a little bit, I'm going to apply some slightly more brown tones. I'm going to just use this nutmeg shade here. It's sort of a light brown shade, almost like a taupe shade. And I'm using the Deluxe Crease Brush, and where I'm going to apply this is just above that area just there. So you can use any light brown, obviously depending on your actual skin tone. This does depend a lot on your own pigments. So light brown to medium brown. So I've just applied that sort of nutmeg shade just above the crease, and just blended it well, just to warm up the eye area. Now I'm just going to apply a bit of a glowing shade, and I'm going to apply Halo, and I'm going to apply it to the very inner corners over the eyes, just here. Anything with a bit of shimmer, not too much, not frosted, but more shimmery. Okay, so now I want to just kind of create a slightly more smoky effect, and I'm going to use the kohl pencil, and I'm going to line the eyes with the kohl pencil. And then just add a little flick. It doesn't have to be neat because we're going to smudge it out, and just repeat on the other side. And I'm just focusing on the outside corners at the moment. And then just that little tick there. Okay, and now we're going to start smudging that. So I'm just using this Artist Makeup smudge brush. And all you want to do is just start slowly smudging that kohl pencil to create almost a smoky effect, but not too smoky. When you apply eyeshadow, like a black eyeshadow, to create a smoky effect, it can get very messy. So this is a good alternative. I'm going to just concentrate mainly on the outer corners and just sort of work on getting a really nice flick at the end. And so you're working on top of that smudged area that you've already created. but just redefining it. I will be doing a series of how to apply makeup, sort of the basic steps of makeup application. So how to apply gel liner, how to apply eyeshadow. So if this is all new to you, I will go into a little bit more detail in how to apply the perfect liner to your eyes, and how to decide what kind of shape of eyeliner to choose for your particular eye shape as well. Okay, and I'm just going to do the other side. If you want your eyes to look bigger, then use a white kohl pencil. I'm using the Artist of Makeup kohl pencil, which will all be available soon, I promise. And I'm just going to line the inside waterline. And what this does is it creates the illusion that this is part of my eye as well. You can use other pencils which are not as white, which are maybe more sort of like a concealer pencil, which is more skin tone, but I think it looks really effective when you use the white against the black. And plus it is a Eid celebration look, so I guess we want it to be a little bit more dramatic than everyday sort of makeup. So I'm going to use a darker eyeshadow colour, which is this colour here, Cocoa, and I will be applying Cocoa to the bottom half of the eye, and this also gives you a much wider, more open look to the eyes. So just apply the Cocoa or dark brown eyeshadow just underneath your lash line. Now this is, so my eyes are just getting bigger and bigger as we go, but obviously for those of you that do have smaller eyes, this technique is very, very good at creating that illusion. So I now want to start perfecting my eyebrows. So on this side I've just gone on and over the eye area, just up here with some Extreme Art gel liner, and I'm just going to do the same to the other side and just redefine it. I mean, I have quite wide eyes, so I personally prefer to have a slightly more narrower, more shapely look to my eyes. But if you have smaller eyes, then just stick to putting the liner on the outside. Now you can stop here and leave the makeup like this. I mean, this could be good for a daytime look or just for somebody that wants slightly more simple makeup. If you want more dramatic makeup, keep watching the videos. What I'm going to do is just show you a way to make your eyes look slightly different in terms of the shape. You can apply a little bit of liner. So just a little bit of liner to this bottom half, so not really going across your natural line, actually creating your own sort of bottom line, and then just doing the same to the other side. And what that does, it just slightly alters the eye shape. Like so. Before I start completing the look, I just want to add a little bit more of a smokiness to the outside edge. So I'm just getting a small brush, like this one, and I'm just going to apply that to the very outside corner of the eye. So almost marrying up that eyeliner with the bottom half of the eyeliner, like so. And then just re-angle your brush. So instead of going up this way, you then want to start flicking across. And then bringing inwards. So just smoking out the eyes. So I'm going for these number 5 in the Artist of Makeup lashes. These are extremely natural looking. So all they do is just really add fullness to your lashes. It's almost done. I'm just going to put a little bit of concealer onto a brush and apply the concealer just under the brow area, like so. And what this does is give you a nice matte highlighter under the brows instead of giving you a shimmery highlighter. We just want to kind of lighten that underbrow area, keeping everything still quite matte. And it just sort of opens up the eyes a lot more. The same on the other side, like so. I just want to sort of give a little bit more definition to my face, so in order to do that I'm just going to be applying this nutmeg shade, and I'm using the large tapered brush for this, and just sort of suck in your cheekbones slightly and apply it, just apply a little bit of glow. So this is Glow, and it's sort of like a golden shade. It's a very light golden colour. And I'm just going to apply it to the cheekbone, top half of the cheekbone, and instantly you can see that's much more highlighted. And then finish off with some lip liner and do the lips. And now I've just put on a bit of lip liner and just some pink gloss, and you're almost done. And here's my finished Eid celebration makeup look. Try it out for yourselves and let me know what you guys think. Post comments below and don't forget to like. See you in the next video.